Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 90 of the Social Liability Podcast, the podcast where we discuss those folks in our lives that violate the social contracts that we all agree to live by. I am your host, The Raspberries, with my co host, The Buck, bringing you the new and interesting stories from the far reaches of the interwebs. Buck, we have some interesting things this week, to say the least. But we're going to start with one from NBC News, and it's one specifically for you, my friend. Killing over fight about mayonnaise ends in life sentence for Iowa man. You love mayonnaise.
You know what? I can't wait to see what motherfuckery ended up in a life sentence of mayonnaise. I'm not gonna be surprised. I fucking hate mayonnaise. But anyhow, go ahead, man. Dive into it.
Oh,
Let's
I
see.
was gonna go into your deep seated hatred of mayonnaise.
Oh man, you know what? I mean, uh,
I mean, come on,
you know, and
tell us a
in,
little
in the
bit.
most
Tell us a little bit about
and
your love of mayonnaise.
you know what? I'll give you a very truncated and comedic version. I'm an '80s food stamps kid. All right, and food stamps weren't the benefit that we all know and love today. It was more like food rationing and
Did you guys get the
pre-
books? They had like they were stapled on one side, and you flip through, and they actually look like denominations of money, but they look like
you
Monopoly
know
money.
I can't say for sure. I'm I just don't remember well enough. I will say that we had food stamps. I think they came in a book. I don't even remember being on them for very long. But I remember that the time that we were like it was condiments. And you know, when you have your sibling that's 4 years old, 4 years older than you are, like preparing lunch for the crew, you get like a mayonnaise sandwich stuck between two pieces of Wonder Bread, and it just turned me off. It just turned me off. I will fight you over mayonnaise. I'm serious. I will engage in like at least a level 6 cripple tantrum to get out of eating mayonnaise. Like I'd probably go all the way up to step 9. I really would.
Yeah,
To get out of eating mayonnaise. I don't think it would end in a life sentence, but I definitely think it would be a lot of aggressive hand waving and shouting obscene language.
there was a time a couple years ago, was it maybe it was last year, where I found great joy in sitting on the couch on my phone and ordering Christmas gifts for everyone, but it weren't normal Christmas gifts. It was the Christmas of condiments, and I was literally using Amazon Prime to send people I know like a bottle of ketchup or a bottle of mustard. I sent you a jar of ranch.
Yeah. Yes, you did. But you know what? You know what? In all reality, it did not go to waste. I will tell you that. Caregiver Katie loves herself a little ranch, and it turns out that my neighbor is like a ranch aficionado. And every time he comes up here to eat pizza with us, he's like, "Yep, I'm gonna dip into that ranch." It After he started eating with us, it went quick. But
See,
Do you remember when we were working at the prison, and we were all in the officers' dining room, and one of the lieutenants was just like, "Oh yeah, look at all this mayonnaise." He knew about my deep rooted antipathy for that particular condiment, and so he's just like pouring it on like eggs. It's like he's putting mayonnaise on hard boiled eggs, and I was just like, "Ugh." Like my soul left my body and it threw up on my tongue. It was just so vile. They actually, I'm pretty sure that I didn't go home from getting sick because I never went that far, but I definitely remember taking an extended lunch break to like
you
get
know,
my stomach back in order.
a friend of the
I
show,
despise mayonnaise.
everyone's got that food though. Everyone's got that one thing. Like I don't do onions. I don't do tomatoes. I can't. No. But like Squatch, I mean, the guy that was on the show for the bachelor party episode, uh, he's that way with beans because there was a time period he was going through a really rough time, and every time they went to the food bank, they'd give him fucking beans. That's all they'd give him was bags of beans, cans of beans. So he won't eat beans anymore. Uh,
I used to feel the same way about legumes, and beans until I ate falafel because my dumb white boy ass thought I was eating a meatball. I was like, "Holy shit, this is good." I was like, "What kind?" I remember I was looking at my friend. He was a Jordanian guy, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll give you falafel." He and I we became good buddies at work. He wanted to share food with me. I was very flattered. And so he comes in and he brings falafel sandwiches on pita bread. And I start eating that thing. And I remember I was very offended at first. I was like, no mayonnaise, man. He's like, it's not mayonnaise. It's yogurt sauce, tzatziki sauce. I was like, okay, I'll give that a shot. But no, man, I thought I was eating a meatball. I was like, what kind of meat is this? Is it like lamb? Is this beef? He's like, chickpeas. I was like, what? I was like, you're telling me I'm eating a bean ball? He's like, yes. And after that, I was like, all right, if you put enough salt and pepper on something, it'll taste just like salt and pepper.
this is true.
But let's go ahead and let's dive into our mayonnaise murder.
Well, this happened in Logan, Iowa. A fatal hit and run that stemmed from a fight between friends over mayonnaise has ended with a Western Iowa man serving a sentence of life in prison. Christopher Erlbacher, Christopher Elbacher, okay, 29 of Woodbine, was sentenced Monday to a mandatory life sentence after being convicted in December of first-degree murder of the 2020 killing of a 30-year-old Caleb Solberg.
Wait, just wait right there. Are you telling me that mayonnaise has resulted in first degree murder charges? Like,
Apparently it has, because we're talking premeditation from what I can read.
yeah, man. Like, we're talking about a premeditated mayonnaise murder?
Apparently
That
so.
I I am my interest is piqued. Continue forward.
Investigators say the men were eating and drinking at the Moorhead Bar the night of December 17th, 2020, when Erlbacher put mayonnaise on Solberg's food. A fistfight between the two men ensued, and Erlbacher left in his truck, making threats to hurt Solberg and others. The threats included calling to Solberg's half-brother, Craig Pure, when he later confirmed that those vehicles. Wait a minute. When he later confronted and whose vehicle he rammed off the road with his truck. Prosecutors say later that night, Erlbacher spotted Solberg outside a cafe in nearby Pisgah. This is in Iowa. Where are these names coming from? And ran him down with his truck. He doubled back and ran over Solberger twice more to make sure Solberger was dead. And then he called Proyer to say he had just killed his brother. Earl Erlbacher unsuccessfully sought to reduce the charge to second-degree murder, arguing he acted recklessly because he was drunk and didn't intend to kill Solberg.
Okay.
Shit.
All right. You know what? If you'd have just stopped at running him down once, that might have flew. That might have flew. But not only did he run him over, he repeated it. He backed up. I don't know,
He did
man.
it. He ran over him a total of 3 times, Buck.
Yeah,
3 times.
that's what I'm saying. You're not getting second degree murder out of that. You wanted him dead.
Like
over mayonnaise.
all kinds of dead.
I'll tell you what right now. If it would have stopped at a fist fight between friends over them dousing the meal with mayonnaise, I'd have been like, okay. Because I'll be quite frank and honest with you right now, Raz. If you my friend were to like be at a bar with me and start just like arbitrarily dumping mayonnaise on my food, you're not walking out of there, man. Because I'm gonna punch you right in the dick. I'm gonna do that. You're gonna get an elbow. I might even fucking bite you. And I'm in a wheelchair. My face is right at that perfect level.
Listen, just remember one thing, Buck.
I'll remember a lot.
I am not a big enough man to admit I'll whip a cripple's ass.
No, you won't, man. No, you won't. It'll be a sucker punch, man. I'll get you in the parking lot where we're getting. You'll be buckling me into the van. That's right. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it until I know. Like I'm gonna be getting out of the van at home,
No, you're
safe
no,
on my
you're
own
gonna try
turf.
to
And
run me
then
over with that fucking chair, then back over me.
no, I'm not. I'm not gonna try to. I will succeed in doing it and make it look like an accident. You'll. I know you're not above hitting a cripple, but you'll be doing it. You'll be doing it, and people will film you. It will look terrible. You will get atrocious reviews on everything you do from here on forward because you put mayonnaise on my food. But I would not murder you. I'm gonna give this guy a 5.
He does get a 5.
Anybody? I mean, like, come on, man.
There's no way around
Murder
that.
over
It's a 5.
that. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, you actually committed like murder over mayonnaise. Murder over mayonnaise. All right, moving along.
Our next story comes from the Leesburg News. Search of man's buttocks leads to arrest after traffic stop in Leesburg. A traffic stop for speeding led to the arrest of an... Oh, shit. Fuck that. I'm not saying... Umatilla? Umatilla? What is... Why... No.
I would say
why do we name...
Umatia.
Whatever.
I would say Umatia.
Virginia man when drugs were found inside of his rectum. A Lake County Sheriff's Officer Canine deputy was on patrol early Tuesday morning when he clocked a car traveling at 68 miles per hour in a 45 mile per hour zone. He stopped the car at the intersection of County Road 473 and Allison Road in Leesburg. After informing the driver for the reason of the stop, the deputy asked if anything was illegal in the car. The driver refused to give permission to search the vehicle, so the deputy had his canine, Jim, perform an open-air sniff test for narcotics. The canine alerted to the vehicle, and the canine deputy, who had been assisted by another deputy, removed the driver and his passenger, 31-year-old Joshua Kramer, from the vehicle. The deputies had the two men stand in front of a patrol car. A bag of crack cocaine was found in the passenger side floor by the canine officer. Another officer found a baggie near where the men were standing, and the baggie contained methamphetamines. It was also appeared to have fecal matter on it. An examination of Kramer's boxer shorts showed that the container did, in fact, contain fecal matter. When the officer went back to his patrol car and watched the video of the two men in front of the vehicle, he saw Kramer reach into his pants as if he was removing something. The officer searched Kramer's buttocks, according to the arrest report. During the search, the Kramer felt something hard in Kramer's buttocks. When asked if he had anything else hidden on him, Kramer began to cry and said he did not, and said he had a bowel issue. As Kramer moved away from the search area, the deputy found a gold cylinder which appeared to have fecal matter on it. The cylinder contained a controlled substance, MDMA, and cocaine. Kramer was placed under arrest and booked into the Lake County Jail on 3 counts of possession of controlled substance, and was later released after posting a $6,000 bond. So, okay.
So
No.
So
No,
now,
no, 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 no,
this-
no, no, you stop. I'm going to mute you. You shut up.
Okay.
The dude's dog was named Jim. I'm sorry. If you're giving your pets human names, you're a serial killer. This cop's a serial killer. I'm calling it right now.
I just.
His dog's name's Jim.
There's just.
But
I just think he's very white.
Let's just leave that as it is and come back to this. So typically when somebody gets caught and they're trying to hide something, especially in jail, they will boof the item, put it in the prison purse, as they say. This guy got pulled over and already had it up his ass.
Yeah, why was he fucking removing it to begin with?
Well, okay, so when they found the cocaine, he knew he was going to jail. So you want to get rid of it so that you don't get an additional charge of not only possession, but introducing contraband into a secure facility. So dude's probably done this, like been arrested before, so he knew he didn't want to get that secondary charge. So he was trying to get rid of it so they could avoid both charges. But why was it already up his ass? Is that his normal method of transportation of drugs?
No, you know what? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna further postulate on your theory here. I don't think that he was trying to remove it from his ass. I think that he had it all on his floor and was attempting to ram it up his ass when the cops got there, and just couldn't get to the last little bit.
I mean, it's possible.
And like, I can't see it unfolding any other way, man. I can't see it. I can't see it any other way. He's like, he either had it all in there already and was removing it because for some reason he thought he'd get busted, which I doubt, or he had it all out, and when the dog came up, he started panic boofing and started just shoving shit up his ass, and then he starts crying because he's got a little bit of rock sticking out of his ass. He's got himself a little fucking little meth dingleberry, and the cops like, "What's the fuck? What?" And he's like, "I have a bowel issue." It's like, okay, you know what? You absolutely, inarguably do have a bowel issue right
Did
now.
you
You
just
do.
did you just say panic boofing?
Yeah. So, dude's like, I got a bowel issue. And the cop's like, no fucking shit, you got a bowel issue. You just, like, come on, man. Why is he saying he has a bowel issue? Why is he using, like, proper, like, is this in quotes? Bowel issue?
I'd have to find it again. Oh yeah, it is. It is. It is in quotes.
Yeah, okay. So now this gentleman here, this scholar and gentleman, you know, this this anal argonaut, so to speak, is now quoted, and his crime is eternally known and immortalized as a bowel issue.
The anal argonaut
Congratulations,
has
sir.
emergency boofing. Okay.
Panic boofing.
Panic
He's a
boofing.
panic boofer. It's flight or fight reflex, man. This dude, like, I'll tell you what, I'd have him go on a run if I were like in an apocalypse situation. I'm not talking zombie apocalypse. That's so outdated. Just any kind of situation where there's like some sort of need for somebody to go get something. This guy would be a front for that. I'd be like, all right, dude, because he's committed at least. I got to give him that. Panic boofing. It seems like he had a lot of fecal matter involved here. Guy's shameless. He's gonna get it.
And your score?
But whatever. Oh, dude, I'm giving him a 3.
Yeah. That sounds logical. That sounds logical.